Hello and welcome back. In the last class, we talked about how to add subtitles within your clips in Kdenlive. And in this class, we're going to look at how to create a video from scratch, maybe a very short video, demonstration using some of the features that we've used throughout this tutorial. I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use some of the features to create a very simple video. So to start with, let me empty my timeline from here. We can right click and do Ctrl A to select everything and right click and say delete selected items. And now we have an empty timeline. So all you need, you can refer back to the clips that we have loaded at the top here. So we have a number of clips in both videos, audios, and the audio about. So we can start by just dragging and dropping the clips that we have. For example, we have this audio clip of this guy swimming under the water. So you can just select if we want the entire section, like we have here, we want the entire thing, we can just drag and drop it. And I think it's okay to have the entire thing. And then we can have some part of it. Maybe they are seeing something like this. All right, so this, I don't want the audio section, so we can ungroup this and just select, delete this item. So we have this. And I think we don't want to use the entire thing here. So I think this 4 seconds is okay. We can come to the edge and we can trim up to this playhead point. Okay, and then we may want to add some more. So let's say we have this video also, and we can just go ahead and group them and delete this item. Okay, so, and this one also, we don't want to have the entire thing. So we can just select some section of it. Let's say from here and just create a cut over here. Let's use our radio blade, create a cut, and then let's say we move to maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, and then we create another cut here. All right, so let's say we create another cut here, and then we can get back to our selection tool. We can delete this section, select and delete item, select here also, and delete the item, and then we can either drag and move, or we can right click and say remove space, and it now automatically clogs. Okay, so then we can add some more points. So let's say we can select this video. Instead of directly doing it on the top, let's kind of move it over here. So let's move and select an in point. So let's say we have this in point, and then we move here. We have this out point. Maybe 4 seconds, 5 seconds is okay. We have this out point, and we can just drag and drop it here as well. All right, so we have this number of clips, and we can drag this one also. I kind of like it. Okay, so we can make this at the beginning. Assuming I don't want this to be here, so we can select and delete the entire item. We could just go ahead and select the area, the region that we want. So let's say here, I kind of like it from this point, so we'll create an in point here, and then we can move up to this point. So we can see we create an out point here. So instead of dragging and dropping, I want to put it at the beginning, to showcase that they are moving pretty fast. So I can just come over here, and we can see we should add it here. So we can click to add, and you can see it's been added into our clip from the beginning, right? So I think this is quite too long, so we can select, make a selection, let's see here, and create another cut. We can create a cut here, and then we can use the letter S to get back to selection tool, right click and delete the selected item, and you can select or remove the space, and everything is now back. So we can ungroup this so that we can remove the audio section. Remove the selected, so we have very clean transition. So we can try to see that this is now, they are moving pretty fast, and then these guys suddenly jumped into the sea and they start swimming. But then the transition, the entrance is kind of too fast, so too abrupt. So let's try to create a transition. We can hover over to the top left and just let's undo this. We can hover over to the bottom and create a transition, which we can easily use. So let's move this up so we can just have a transition into this. I'll come to the bottom and just create a simple transition, which is the fade in, and then the same way here we can create another transition here. All right, so we can just raise this one up so we can have another transition so they transit smoothly in between. All right, so this is it. So we have all our transitions and our clips connected, and if you want, we can have something like a fade in into the video. Okay, so let's make this a fade in, and then we can kickstart. So you can see it's going to fade in into the clip, then you see it moving pretty fast, and then these guys jump into the water, they see, and then they start swimming, and then they start viewing some animals, this one and probably this one, this turtle, and then they'll be able to see these are some beautiful things. Okay, so we're done with the connecting of the video clips. We can just insert a background music, so you can drag and drop this here, and again we can just come over to the last part over here. So with the X tool, we can create the razor blade and just create a cut here, and again we can get back with the letter S and create the delete. We can enable this. I've disabled it before, so we can just remove the selected item. You can come over here to the top right, create a fade out, and then to the top left we can create another fade in and fade out, and then we can vary the volume by coming to the effect here and searching for volume, and you can see it over here, so dragging and dropping, and then we can lower the intensity of the volume directly, so you can just lower it. All right, so we just lowered it a little bit. So let's try to play. I think it's good, but we can increase it a little bit more so it becomes a little bit clear. So sometimes we may need to have sound effects, maybe demonstrating the undersea water effect. You can come back to this bin. Again, we have this video clip that has this sound, and I think I kind of like it. So let's drag and drop this. We're just going to use the section that has this sign. Yeah, I think this is the section that we're going to use. So we drag and drop this. Let's kind of ungroup this. All right, so ungroup, and then we're going to use this, so we can move it across from the entrance. Let's say start from here, and then we'll be able to have a look. Let's say we'll come over here, we'll delete this item because we don't need it. We'll delete, and then over here we can, let's hear it. Yeah, I think this is good. So we can create the same cut over here with the selection, the scissors tool, create a cut, and then we can back to the selection tool and right click and delete this item. So we now nearly have our video completed. Okay, we have this. We can reduce the volume as well by coming over to the effects, volume. You can drag and drop. You can lower the volume a little bit. Okay, you can lower it a little bit. Okay, so I think this is good. So the next thing that we may want to add is some text. Yeah, without text this is going to be nearly useless. So let's add some text. We'll go back to our bin and come to this small arrow. We click on it and say add title. So over here we can just type, for example, welcome to Langkawi. Okay, so again select, and then we can just centralize the bottom. We can add some shadow to it, and then we can make it typewriter effect again through the process. If we want, you can say welcome to Langkawi by word, by character. We can say create this title. So welcome to Langkawi, we can just drag and drop it here. All right, so we'll specify the length. Okay, I want it at this beginning. Let it start from here, from this, the end of this fade in. Let it start to welcome. Okay, so we can just play a preview. You can see this fading in, welcome to Langkawi. All right, so we can add more tracks. You can insert more track, maybe audio track above this. Okay, and we can now add. Okay, let's say we add some more. Okay, so let's say this is enjoying entering the sea, so let's add some more text over here. So let's say adding diving adventure. Alright, so this is diving adventure. You can select and you can still add the same effect, the shadow effect. I want it to be this much. We can change the position. You can see create this, and then we can have it diving adventure. We can just easily paste it somewhere. We can use anywhere. Oh, we've added an audio clip, supposed to be a video clip, Okay, so we can just undo this, and let's say we add a video clip here inside a track. Let's call it a video, and then we inside above, so there's going to be a track here. So basically for the text, so we have the first text, let's say enjoying diving adventure. We drag and drop here. All right, so you can see now this is enjoying the underwater sea. Okay, this is enjoying the sea view. All right, and I think you get the message. So let's try to play it, and let's see how it's going to look like. This is nearly complete, so let's see. All right, so one thing I didn't put, maybe it's towards the end, I can put in something like a fade out here. So we can just drag, we'll make this a fade out. It's just going to be a small fade out. Okay, so from here, so we can just make this copy and we can paste it there. Okay, so if you like, you can copy and paste the text also, and you can just go ahead and edit. Okay, you can double click and then you can say thank you for watching. For example, thank you and goodbye. Right, thank you and goodbye. So you can just centralize. Okay, so we can update, and then you can see, you're going to see it's going to be the end. All right, so this is basically how to create the video from scratch, and you can add some animations also if you are interested in adding animation, like the transitions or some animations to the text, like we've demonstrated through the video. Okay, so I think this does it for this tutorial on how to create a simple video clip from the scratch, from the start, showcasing some of these effects and features that we've demonstrated through the tutorial. So you get the message. I think this does it for this tutorial. In the next class, we're going to talk about how to export our video in different formats within our system. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Bye.